Hey there, Capricorn. I am wanting to do an experiment today, and I decided to do it with you. I was curious about love and romance, and I was curious about doing the traditional Celtic cross reading with the Romance Angels deck. And so I just dealt it out. It's all ready to go. And so I invite you to listen along and let me know how you like this reading. Leave me a comment. I am already seeing there's a nice little story here to be told. So let's jump right in. Okay, so this is you right now. And so whatever it is that's going on, because right now my intention is that this is for singles. But if you are in a couple and you've happened upon this reading, what I would do is just set an intention to hear what's here for you and listen along if you want, okay? So let's see, Capricorn. A part of you really wants to be in action right now. There's an itch to flirt. You've had a lot of stability and a lot of recovery from past relationships. And now it's time to jump in and see what's new, what's going on. So what's influencing you now, the strongest influence for you is this. In your past, you have had a hard time being openly heard in the conversations that you've needed to be heard in. And it's been difficult. It's had a tremendous influence on how you manifest and even sometimes how you use your time with other people. People see you as more guarded than I think you feel like you are. Notice how the cupids off to the left are almost cringing away. They're not leaning in. So there's a part of you that's holding you back, and it's something that can be solved. This is not a terrible problem. It just means that there's a fear of disappointment that's kind of flavoring your summer flirting. So let's go to our next card in the reading, which is this retreat card. And so this shows us what is unknown to you, your hidden desires, your unconscious. So there is within you a need to have a spot of retreat and to be disconnected. And one of the things that's kept you single is that core desire to have your own space is, I guess I could say, accidentally radiating out. And so certain partners are repelled by it, okay? So because you haven't known about this, because you haven't been aware that you have this as what your hidden desire is, you can find a solution here, because what this is going to do is demand excellent communication so that when you do invest yourself with a partner, that you make sure you're getting your needs to be by yourself met, okay? So something that you've shed in the past. This is wonderful news, because something that you've shed in the past is an inability to pay attention to the red flags. Capricorn, I'm so proud of you, because at this point you've decided enough is enough. Now I happened to notice on the recording that we were at 333 on, excuse me, on the, I'm just gonna stand up here so I can see better. We were doing 333 on the clock, which to me is just an extra little sign for the importance of this for you. Now, what's happened is in the recent past is you've been so jumpy seeing things that you haven't liked, that you've been treating yellow flags as if they're red flags. And what that means is that you haven't been giving people a chance to explain themselves to you, okay? So your next journey to go forward is just to be aware that you're a little jumpy and that you need to acknowledge that yellow flags are just yellow flags. They don't mean the end of the world, okay? So now, what it is that you truly desire, what it is that's in your conscious mind, what you think you want. Okay, so what you think you want is to have a continued time of separation. There's something around the single life that you have built that is really saying, I'm not ready for a partner yet, okay? So if this is in your energy right now and you're saying, absolutely not, Catherine, you don't understand. I want to have a partner, and I want to have a partner today. Okay, so if this is what's in your energy of what you're wanting, then I would just remind yourself that as you go forward, there's a difference between isolation and separation. See how she's alone? And retreat. Because in your new partner, if they are able to support you, almost usher you, take you to your time of aloneness, they are not going to feel separated from you. They're not going to feel like you've abandoned them, because you do have significant needs to be by yourself in order to be your most creative self. Okay? I don't think I'm telling you anything that you don't know. And now if we go back to this card at the heart of our reading, which is, this is the influence. Now you can see what the heart-to-heart conversations are that you're going to need to have. What's in your immediate future here, and this is this beautiful card of getting to know one another. So I get, honestly, I'm so excited for you, Capricorn. I hear some loud noises outside, so I apologize for that. But I feel so optimistic for you at this point, because it's just showing that you've been doing the work, the mindset changing, learning how to let go. You may have recently picked up some sort of a spiritual practice like meditation or yoga, or even like me, I started to go receive some sound healing. No kidding. I had a woman here in Tennessee who played koshi chimes over me. She's been trained by a shaman in South America, so it was just a tremendous experience for me, and I feel uplifted and reconnected. So I have a feeling that you know what that's like, Capricorn, that you've been seeking ways to have more self-confidence, to take care of yourself, and to understand self-love, and that you're really ready right now for someone new to come in, to take the time to get to know this person. Now, notice that there's more than one figure, more than two figures. If you have had a tendency in the past to cut off your friends when you meet someone to date, do not do that again. That's part of recognizing yellow flags and red flags, because your friends will tell you, won't they, if they do or don't like a person. And you may need to coach them to coach you, so that you guys stay focused on the yellow flags, so that if you're wondering, is this a deal breaker? And your girlfriends or your guy friends can help you understand, yes, this is something that can be negotiated, or no, this is a deal breaker, okay? So going forward here, what we're seeing first of all is this, I'm stuttering a little bit, just trying to make this transition. So this is where you are right now. This is your relationship with your own self. This is your needs of the moment. And so this is just so perfect, isn't it? I'm talking too much. The card does all the storytelling. After all of the work you've done, and you've got that opportunity to get to know someone, this call from your angels to, again, honor the yellow flags. See all the yellow over their heads? There's no perfect person. See how she's turning her face away and he's looking at her patiently? This has been part of your issue over time, Capricorn. It's just been hard for you to find the perfect fit for yourself. But notice the heart shape of the wings around this energy. This is for you, Capricorn. You've come to this place of desiring this more than you ever have in your whole life. And it's time to walk this through. There's an opportunity here this summer for you. Now, when it comes to your the community that you're in, your family and your friends, this is such a beautiful reading. I'm going to do this again. So, because of the work you've done, you are radiating this energy that it's safe for you to love, all right? So what's this showing in your community when you're going out and about? This is the energy that you're radiating right now, Capricorn, no kidding. And so it doesn't mean that you need to be any different than you are right now. In reality, you have been radiating this in your most deepest inner place. This has to start growing from the inside out. And that's what's been going on. So the cool thing is that now it's starting to penetrate because you're getting rid of some of your defenses. You're learning the difference between a yellow flag and a red flag. And they are different. And now that you can negotiate better and you can understand what your true deal breakers are, this is the energy that you're putting out there, that it's safe to love. When it comes to the influences that are like the bridge that can help you understand maybe parts of what you've been avoiding, that would be this energy. Because if anything would trip you up, it might be just the heartbreak that comes from love. Okay? If you look at love separate from the people that you've been involved with, that love itself has betrayed you, hasn't it, really? I mean, the very process of being in love with someone and trying to create a lasting relationship always has ups and downs. And as you've had to trust again, fall in love, trust again a few times, it can be the fear of that past life of love that can hold you back. But on the other hand, when you do meet someone who is an ideal match for you, that is a match in frequency, a match in charisma, a match in chemistry, a match in friendship, and also a match in communication, which is so wonderful you're bringing that to the table this time, Capricorn. And when that happens, there is the chance of this deep inner knowing that everything's going to be okay. I think that's part of what falling in love deeply is, that feeling of being at home, right? Now our outcome here, look at our outcome card. Okay, so in our outcome here, this is an interesting card. It makes me want to draw another one just for clarity, but let me just take a glance around here. Oh, okay. All right, so what I'm seeing, I'm just going to pull a card with it here. Okay, so back in to this particular card here about our communication, our heart-to-heart conversations, that was definitely at the start of our situation here. So the final outcome, and I love this because this is freedom for you. The final outcome is that you're going to have so much trust, and you're with such a reliable partner, and you have so much trust that you open up and talk about your finances with the person. And this is like your for sure key. When you find yourself in this place, and you will have peace about it. I'm not kidding. The angels will be behind you, and you're going to have so much peace of mind when you have this conversation that you will know that you know this is the right person. Isn't that cool? Because you don't. It's nobody's business, right? But when you're going into a forever relationship, it has to be part of the conversation. So it tripped me up at first. I was like, why is that in there? But for you, Capricorn, this is the sign you need. When you feel this comfortable with someone, you know that you know this is your path, and you have found your person. So thank you so much, darling Capricorn, for having this reading with me as an experiment. I really think this deck is fantastic for it. For those of you who stuck with me to the end, God love you and thank you for that. Leave a comment for me and let me know how you like this reading, and any questions you have that you would like to have answered when it comes to manifesting love. I would love to help you out. Thank you, Capricorn. We'll see you for your next reading.